WWN.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to WWN Proving Ground, and JC Black has laid out the challenge.
What you can see first, already in the ring from San Antonio, Texas, she is the jack of all trades, JC Black. In her opponent,
Well, ladies and gentlemen, here we are at WWN Proving Ground, getting things started. The Goth Mommy, Ravyn Knight, going up against JC Black. JC Black having quite a few issues with the Goth Mommy lately, Dan.
Absolutely. JC Black coming out early and laying down the challenge on the Goth Mommy, Ravyn Knight, and starting off hot here, lighting her up in the corner.
We know JC Black might take exception to that attack that the Goth Mommy did on her a few weeks back. Goth Mommy now aligned herself with the Daddy Hunter, Ashley. JC Black now trying to gain control here of the Goth Mommy. Planting her face first into the mat, gonna try to end it here.
Looking for that early win. Ravyn Knight just able to get that shoulder up.
JC Black has pinned Ravyn Knight before in that three-way against Sophia Savant, but right now, the Goth Mommy trying to take a bite out of JC, it would seem.
Absolutely, that dark goth instinct, almost vampire-esque, just going after JC Black's face. Ravyn Knight quickly gaining control of the contest. Oh!
Slap on the chest. You could have heard that from 2 counties over. Laying it in now, JC Black on one knee, on one leg, on her butt now. And now the Goth Mommy, Ravyn Knight, laying in the stomps. That bottom turnbuckle about being the only thing that's holding her up.
Absolutely, that referee's got to get in there and separate those two.
Like we said, Ravyn Knight wanting to avenge that loss, that pinfall she took to to JC Black when they were in that three-way with the Daddy Hunter Ashley. Spinebuster now trying to get the pinfall attempt. No, JC able to power out. Goth Mommy telling her she's had enough of her. Laying in the submission now. And Dan, she's right in the middle of the ring, stretching those arms as far back as they'll go. How do you get out of a move like this?
Oh, that right there, good ring awareness from JC Black. She knows she's too far from the rope. She can't get a clean break, so what she do? She pushes back, gets Ravyn on her back, and tries to go for a pinfall attempt. That's smart thinking on the part of JC Black.
Following that jawbreaker up with a strike, boot to the head now. Now, pushing the distance, Elbow to the head. Goth Mommy still standing on her feet, though. Snapmare from JC Black. Planting her head firmly down there. Now going to try to get the pin attempt, hooking the legs. Wait a minute!
Wait a minute.
Wait a minute! Interference here!
Is that Ashley?
Bell being raised. It's going to be a DQ. The Daddy Hunter, Ashley, coming to the aid of the Goth Mommy, Ravyn Knight. Ring the bell. Referee telling us to ring the bell again. JC Black in there all alone.
I guess more officials in there separate these
referees
three.
Trying to get in here to gain control back.
Commissioner Rick Thames making his way into the ring too, trying to regain order in this.
Trying to regain some type of order. Not being able to talk them off. Daddy Hunter releasing her hold there. Now the Daddy Hunter arguing with our commissioner. JC Black getting the victory, but I don't think that's exactly how she wanted to get it.
I mean, a win's a win, but I have to say, I think you're right. I mean, nobody wants to pick up a W like this.
Don't think she settled any issues with the Goth Mommy Ravyn Knight. The Goth Mommy showing no respect there as her and the Daddy Hunter Ashley leave.
Disqualification, JC Black. Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is set for one fall. Introducing first.
Delgado back at WWN Proving Ground. His first match back since the set broke up, Dan.
Going to be a very interesting contest between these two individuals.
Now, this is Bryan's second match here in WWN Proving Ground. Was part of that King of the Southeast Rumble at FIP last month.
Second match with Proving Grounds, but already a bit of a crowd favorite.
Before becoming a wrestler, was a short haul trucker here in Florida, son of a trucker. Handshake there, good sportsmanship. No animosity between these two, but they just want to get the win and move back up the ladder.
Absolutely, no animosity yet, but it's very early in the contest, and who knows what a guy like Delgado or even Colton has up their sleeve. Well, Colton's metaphorical sleeve, if you will.
Delgado has 3 years experience against Bryan Colton's 1 year. Both men were chained by the late Francisco Chiazzu. And Colton told me his favorite semi-truck is the Peterbilt semi. Says he likes to think of himself like a semi-truck and just plows through his confrontations, his contestants here. Not doing that right here, right now, though. Delgado firmly in control. Ooh, slamming those strikes into the spine of Bryan Colton.
Absolutely, heavy blows across his back. Oh, missing that elbow. Colton able to get back up to his feet. Let's see if he can take advantage.
Pushing him into the corner, trying to match strength for strength with the powerhouse that Delgado is, laying those shoulder tackles into the stomach. Delgado absorbing them and still standing, though. Laid that chop to the chest. And Delgado, I don't think he felt that at all. Telling him, go ahead, do it again, son. Still no effect. Colton's in a lot of trouble here, Dan.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd be taking him up on that offer. I'm giving him more. It seems a little disadvantageous on his part.
Trying it again and again, but it's not helping, not working. And now, Delgado showed him how it's done. Ooh, ouch. They heard that 3 count, he's over. Nobody home there for Delgado. Colton has him bouncing off the ropes. Shoulder attacking into him, but he didn't bounce down. Delgado has Colton down on his back now. Trying to pick up speed. Going for the arm track, but getting countered. And Delgado just throwing Colton around. Gonna try to get the pin attempt here. No, able to kick out.
Delgado taking control early into this contest. I have to believe, had he hooked that leg, Colton, he would have been pinned. That would have been it.
Delgado now has control with the headlock. Colton trying to slip out of it. Transitioning to the back, going for a schoolboy. Delgado once again able to kick out. And like you said, 1 year of experience versus 3 years of experience. We're really going to see just how that's going to play in. Just right there. Colton trying to go for the suplex. Delgado knew exactly what to do. Counter it with a suplex of his own. And I see the grimace of pain on Colton's face. Delgado going to try to finish it now. Colton's still able to power out.
Delgado just catching his wind, working at a comfortable pace.
Likes to work slow and steady. Colton trying to lay those strikes in. 3 strikes from Colton equals just 1 from Delgado. Delgado just knocking the rookie here off his feet multiple times. Now both men trading blows in the corner. Delgado clearly the more powerful of the two, about knocking that head off the shoulders of the blue-collar trucker.
Absolutely, that referee's got to get in there. He's got to separate those 2 individuals. At what point is Colton, what's to say that the turnbuckles weren't holding him up? What's to say he wouldn't fall down in that position? At that point, taking that many shots to the head, referee's got to do his due diligence.
Delgado has him up on his shoulders. Colton trying to squeeze out, trying to get out. Be able to do just that. Blow to the back of the head. Gonna bounce off the ropes, try to pick up speed. Hitting Delgado, full contact, but Delgado still on his feet. Another strike, but Delgado down to 1 knee now. Colton gonna try to pick up speed again, bouncing off the other side. Into Delgado. Planting his head down there. But wait, Delgado's got Colton now. Laying some shots into the ribs, that'll hurt definitely. Now Colton replying with some rib shots of his own. Russian leg sweep onto Delgado. No!
Delgado just able to get that shoulder up. Very interesting version of a Russian leg sweep. He had his head and neck cradled on the way down, very wrapped up. It was very interesting offense from this Colton individual.
Delgado now with the strikes. Laying it in, Colton up against the ropes. Delgado saying, come on, man. Oh! Boot right to the head, knocking the taste right out of Colton. And now the straps are down. Delgado's ready to finish this. Calling for the clothesline. Clotheslining his head nearly off. And Delgado picks up the win. Delgado with his first win back after that breakup of the set, standing now all on his own. Colton with a good showing here, Dan, but he's going to have to go back, learn some new moves if ever wants to take on Delgado again. That man is a powerhouse.
The following contest is scheduled for 1 fall. Introducing first. He is from Puertorican, Mexico, weighing 182 pounds. He
Jemini ready to go one-on-one with Geovanie Flores. Geovanie, a graduate of the training center here. Damian, you know, is a second-generation wrestler trained by Rafael Gonzalez, who is now the head trainer here.
Absolutely. Not only that, but together they make the Puertorican Hound Dogs, WWN's first father-son tag team.
Held those tag titles for a while till they lost them to the team of Strange and Frick. Those titles going to be on the line later tonight. But right now, one-on-one action as Flores takes on Jemini. Collar and elbow tie-up. Both men high flyers, both men quick on their feet, have dynamic maneuvers.
Absolutely, and Damian Jemini, you know, as quick as he is in the ring, mentally he's quick as well. You know, Gunther and I, we've been in the ring with him before, and the kid's just constantly thinking. He's always 2 steps ahead of his opponent. And Flores, he's going to have his hands full in this contest.
Shoulder tackle from Flores. Flores, very accomplished in the ring, was a junior welterweight boxer from 12 to 15, has very great striking power. Up and over he goes, though. Puertorican Hound Dog full steam ahead. Receiving what he got to Flores. Just throwing each other all over the ring. Both men, as we said, very quick on their feet. Arm drag after arm drag after arm drag. Who's going to give first here, Dan? Both men trying to drop kick the other.
You know, there's one little problem with Damian Jemini. I don't know if you noticed that. They both threw drop kicks. Flores, he stood up. He conserved his energy. Little Damian, he did a nip up. It's a little showboaty, a little flashy, and that comes across a little arrogant. That might come back later on to bite him.
It could very well come back to bite him, but right now what's biting him is those vicious strikes from the former junior welterweight boxer. Reverse Irish whipping him into the corner. Damian Jemini full speed ahead from the side. Nobody home. Crashing into that top turnbuckle. Vicious clothesline from Mexican Mayhem. Going to try to get the win here.
Well, Damian able to get that shoulder up. Flores pulling him up to his feet. Now Flores, like you mentioned, boxer, legitimate boxer, very smart with his fists. I think if he's going to have any chance of this contest, he can't be trying to match speed. He can't be trying to match fancy moves with Damian Jemini. He's got a big suplex on the part of Flores, but he's got to be able to use his fists. He's got to just ground and pound and just beat on the kid.
Boy, if he's going to ground and pound, he needs to do it now while Jemini is down on his back. Flores choosing to get back up to his feet and stomping on the foot of Jemini. Very smart to do to a high flyer.
Absolutely. If the kid can't jump, if the kid can't run, he's going to become very
Going for
limited.
the pin here. Gemini still able to kick out. Gemini, the slightly smaller man, but don't count him out. And now, Flores slowing it down, you know, slowing the pace, just has that choke locked in good and tight, trying to choke the life out of Gemini.
Absolutely.
Zipper hold locked in good and tight. Gemini stomping that left foot, trying to get some adrenaline flowing, trying to get some blood flowing. Back up to his feet, laying the elbows into Flores now. Missing with that. Oh, right on the back.
Massive back suplex on the part of Flores. Goes for the pin. Damian, I don't know how, able to get that shoulder up.
Damian made of tough stuff, as I said earlier. Has to the count of 5 to break up that choke. Flores does not want a DQ here. Slapping the mat in frustration. And it's bad when frustration sets in because you start to make mistakes. You don't think right. You don't calculate right.
Exactly. He's got to keep his composure. He's got to keep his mind cool here. He cannot afford to make any mistakes. As a second little Damian, he gets any kind of wind underneath him. He gets a little speed behind him. Tide of this match could totally change.
Flores going to try to finish it here with a DDT.
Oh, that's got to be it. Hooks to the leg.
No, the Puertorican Hound Dog still able to kick out. What do you got to do to put this kid away? You know, Dan, you've been in matches where you had a smaller opponent that absorbed all the punishment and kept on ticking. What does Flores have to do at this point?
Honestly, I've been in matches with little Damian here. The kid's a fighter. He's not the biggest guy. Oh! Big step up in Zachyras. It's things like that with little Damian you got to worry about. It comes out of nowhere. Big, just absolute blast in the back of the head. And now both men staggering, trying to find their way up to their feet.
Looks like Gemini's the first to do it. Staggering a little, but back up to his feet. Flores back up to his feet as well. Missing with the clothesline. Damian doesn't miss with his. Damian again. planting the knee firmly into the face of Flores. Damian barking, the crowd behind him. Flores back up to his feet. Damian catches him, has him up on his shoulder. Surprising straight for the Puertorican Hound Dog. Planted him firmly into the mat. Damian isn't done though. Gonna climb into the high rent district. You're about to see a Hound Dog fly. 5-star frog splash onto Flores. I think that's all she wrote. Hooks the leg, and Jemini got it.
Here is your winner. She is Jemini.
A great showing from the young talent we have here at WWN Proving Ground. You got to think, head trainer Rafael Gonzalez, he's got to be proud of what Damian did in the ring. He also probably got to be proud of Flores' showing as well.
Absolutely. Both men fought it out tonight, and nobody has anything to be ashamed of. Just the better man came out on top.
A handshake and hug of respect and good sportsmanship. No animosity between these two. And Dan, I look forward to seeing them both in the ring again.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following 6-man tag team contest is set for one fall. Introducing first.
Benjy, Neptune, and Bison Violence getting ready to go to war, if you will, with the Sons of Battle and Krieger here, Dan.
Absolutely. You got, let's call it what it is. What an exciting trio Bison Violence and Benjy makes. Like, the crowd is hot. They seem to come out, nothing but excitement for these guys.
Sons of Battle been wanting to recruit Krieger for a while here, so I think they're very happy he's decided to tag with them here. You know, Benjy and Krieger have been having a bit of a history here. You know, Benjy lost to Krieger by countout thanks to Alpha T hiding under the ring and grabbing onto Benjy's foot.
Absolutely, and you know, 3-on-3 tonight. Hopefully they're able to keep track of every one of their opponents and try to prevent things from happening, but you know, we'll just have to wait and see.
Benjy was able to avenge that loss when he beat Krieger with a little help from the American Giant. And right now we have Alpha T and Ray Elliot. These two were the first two and the last two in that 9-way fray at FIP last month.
Absolutely, it's a big matchup for them, and tonight, you know, let's see if they can maybe settle the score.
A lot of people are saying that Ray Elliot had that match won, but thanks to a little assistance from Bison Clutch, Alpha T won, and now Alpha T has a shot at the Proving Ground Championship in his back pocket.
I think the only thing that I can say they got going for him is luckily tonight, Alpha T's not ringside. I'm not Alpha T.
Bison Clutch is not.
I'm so worked up over this match.
Exactly.
There's a lot going on. You got a lot of guys. You got a lot of excitement.
A lot of excitement here in the ring. Benjy going up against Krieger once again. As we said, these two having a lot of issues. This crowd firmly behind Benjy. Not a lot of support for Krieger. And does that mess with the mind of a competitor when the crowd's not behind you and they're chanting the other guy's name?
Oh, absolutely. Like, so much of a wrestling match is psychological. We got literally the entire building rooting against you. Like, it takes a lot of mental strength to get past that and still be able to compete.
Well, a lot of mental strength here in the ring. Nick Quinones, the leader of the Sons of Battle, stepping in for Bison Clutch, who couldn't be here tonight. Benjy, a former tag team champion. Oh, stepping on that foot now, gaining control with the headlock. Benjy trying to power out of it.
If anybody's gonna power out of anything, it's Benjy Neptune. The guy is absolutely stacked. He is a monster in the ring. Maybe not the tallest guy in the world, but look at his physique. He is absolutely powerful.
Showing off that power right there, knocking Nick Quinones down onto the mat. Nick Quinones clutching his chest. That heart might take a little damage. Benjy Neptune scooping him up, slamming him down.
And you know, Quinones, he's not by any means a small guy either, so for Benjy to just pick him up, manhandle.
Going for the pin attempt.
Quinones able to get that shoulder up, but again, just playing to the strengths of Benjy Neptune. The guy is absolutely, like, one of the most powerful guys, pound for pound, we have here at WWN Proving Ground.
Ray Elliot, speaking of power, the brute of Bison Violence now tagged in.
Yeah, Quinones real quick to get back to his corner after that tag.
Well, the best defense is distance. Right now, Alpha T stepping back in. Oh, and these two just trading strikes right there in the ring. Both men about the same weight. Both men about have the same power. I think the bench press the same as well.
Very interesting offense on the part of Brute Elliot, just headbutting wherever he can get it. I mean, honestly, not a bad strategy.
Both men not known for their technical prowess, but gifted brawlers. Now Alpha T firmly in enemy territory, and it's Yuni Vice in there with Alpha T just laying in the elbows and being thrown in with all his body weight onto Alpha T. And speaking of body weight, that's a lot of humanity colliding onto Alpha T.
Absolutely, going for that cover. Alpha T got to get that. Oh,
Nick Quinones saving it for his team. And Yuni Vice, the Hawaiian shirt, coming off. Yuni means business now. You know, he likes to party, he likes to have a good time, but he can be serious in the ring when he needs to. Needs a little help there taking off the shirt. I mean, those big biceps are trying to get the sleeves off of.
I was just about to say, again, another very well put together individual. Unfortunately, Alpha T taking advantage of his showboatiness and just driving his head into that turnbuckle.
Alpha T all business now, and now Yuni Vice in enemy territory. Nick Quinones tagged back in, laying some strikes to Yuni Vice. And that's really dangerous when you're in, you know, your opponent's corner. You can't tag in another partner. You can't get fresh legs in. Oh, case in point right there, it's basically 3-on-1. Referee's back's turned. Can't see what's going on.
Nick Quinones just absolutely manhandling Vice, just rubbing his face into that canvas. Referee showing, you know, trying to get some order in that ring. Luckily, Quinones able to tag out over to the German madman Krieger.
Krieger now back in the ring with Yuni Vice, laying some stomps in. Trying to choke the life out of him. As we said, the Sons of Battle have been trying to recruit Krieger.
And you know, not for nothing, I think Krieger's a good fit. You look at any of the members of Sons of Battle, they all have the same fighting style. They're just brawlers, they're meat and potatoes kind of guys. They're not fancy wrestlers. Beautiful neck breaker on the part of Krieger, by the way. But Krieger fits that mold. Now granted, pulls out neck breakers, you see him going up to the second. He's gonna fill in some of those gaps that maybe Sons of Battle feel like they're missing.
Laying that elbow onto Yuni Vice's chest, going to try to get the pin attempt here. Yuni Vice able to kick out. And you got to think, John Strange, he needs to be watching this match because as we mentioned earlier, Alpha T, he won that 9-way fray and he's got that title shot in his back pocket. So Strange better be taking notes.
I have no doubt in my mind Strange is very, very interested in this contest tonight.
Speaking of which, Alpha T, who won that 9-way fray, in the ring now. Yuni Vice able to escape from him, but getting caught and getting slammed right into the mat, just showing off the power from Alpha T. Kick out at 2 though. Yuni Vice been in there a while, been absorbing a lot of punishment, definitely needs to try to find some way to get back to the other side and tag team in one of his partners.
Absolutely. The longer he's in there, the worse off he's going to be. That vicious power slam on the part of Alpha T. Look at Vice. I mean, he is in no man's land. He's got himself up in Quinones for Quinones hitting that backbreaker. Vice, he needs to make the tag. He just has to tag out at this point.
Yuni Vice able to absorb it and kick out nonetheless. Nick Quinones now just trying to stretch his grin so wide he'll swallow his ears.
Referee letting that go a little long. I mean, I would check those fingers. If that's in his mouth, that's... Yuni able to start working his way back up to his feet, start fighting off Quinones. Beautiful
jawbreaker on the Nick Quinones. An act of desperation from Yuni, but it might have been in vain. He's still a good far away from tagging in the Brute or Benjy.
Benjy on the apron. He's a house of fire. He's unable to keep his feet still. Brute, he's trying to make a tag. Krieger, he's leaning over. Like, everybody wants a piece of this match. There's Alpha T, there's Benjy.
Benjy and Alpha T. Benjy using that quick speed on Alpha T. Nick Quinones missing. Knee to the head on a Nick Quinones. Getting a little bit in on Krieger. Benjy trying to use that surprising strength to lift up the heavier man. Not able to do it. Able to do it that time though.
Oh.
Backdrop onto Alpha T.
Amazing feat.
Hooking the leg of the K9. But K9 Alpha T still able to kick out. And we saw at FIP in the 9-way fray just how much it takes to put away Alpha T, who won that, we might add. And now the Brute, Ray Elliott, gonna try to get a measure of revenge on Alpha T, gonna try to avenge that loss. Benjy gonna make sure he can do it, throwing out Krieger. Benjy going out to take control of Krieger.
Match breaking down. We got 3 competitors going out of the outside. We got Benjy fighting off 2 members of the Sons of Battle and Krieger and Quinones. Yeah, Alpha T alone, no man's land with Vice and Violence. Quinones sliding in.
Nick Quinones coming to the aid of Alpha T, laying in the strikes on the Brute, and the Brute just absorbing it. The Brute, Ray Elliott, giving some strikes of his own, tossing out Nick Quinones, the king of battle. And now Alpha T in there all alone with Yuni Vice. Oh, tripping Ray Elliott, crashing onto the side of the ring there. Yuni Vice checking on him. Wait a minute!
Oh.
The king of battle, Nick Quinones, striking Yuni Vice with that flag, falling into the clutches of the Alpha T K9, and Alpha T gets the victory. Well,
talk about a miscarriage
now,
of justice.
Talk about a miscarriage of justice. You know, Ray Elliott and Benjy and Yuni Vice, they were hoping to get a measure of revenge on the Sons of Battle, but thanks to the King of Battle, Nick Quinones, crashing that flag into the head of Yuni Vice, they were denied it.
Absolutely. You see Yuni Vice still suffering the effects of that headshot with that flagpole.
And you got to think, Krieger, who the Sons of Battle have been trying to recruit, you know, he might be thinking about joining their ranks. And let's not forget, Alpha T has a victory here tonight, and with that title shot in his back pocket, might be challenging for the Proving Ground Championship sooner than you think.
Contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first. He hails from Boston, Massachusetts.
Dan, let me tell you, it is good to see Drake Zavior here back at WWN Proving Ground. This is going to be his first match after coming back from that neck injury suffered at the hands of the Madmen at Work, now known as the Heartbreak Assassins. Absolutely. Big return for Drake Zavior. It's going to be an exciting matchup taking on Zachyras. Zavior had one heck of a 2023, won the Young Lions Cup, former WWN Multimedia Champion, lost that title to Jonathan Hudson. The Multimedia Championship also going to be defended here later on tonight. Now going one-on-one with Zachyras. Zachyras, you know, at FIP he was in that freeway frenzy to decide a title shot for the WWN Proving Ground Championship. That freeway won by Alpha T. Zachyras last time here beat Tito Torres. So been on a bit of a win streak here in singles competition. Absolutely, and a good matchup for Drake Zavior's return. If there's anybody who could go toe-to-toe with flashy moves, high-risk maneuvers, and just being an exciting competition with Drake Zavior, I have to say, I think it's Zachyras. Zachyras, a little bit of a heavier man, but very light on his feet, very quick on the toes. Right now, there you see that quickness, deceptively fast, getting out of that wrist lock, and now a reverse hammer lock, transitioning into a headlock on Drake Zavior. You gotta wonder, how much dust does Drake Zavior have, ring rust does he have? Hasn't been in the ring in a while there. I can imagine he's gonna probably have to shake off a little bit of rust, but you know what? Already in this contest, he's just staying right in pace with Zachyras. Speaking of pace, going up the top rope, walking. Oh, and crashing onto Zachyras, who's now up into the corner. Drake Zavior staring him down, both men pointing at each other. Zach saying, you ain't got me yet. Both men pacing the ring. Looks like we're gonna go for another collar and elbow tie-up. I think Zach has the slight strength advantage. Backing Zavior, the Nat 20 into the corner there. Wait, no, Zavior climbing high. Oh! Don't know what you call that, but Zach ate all of it, and now Drake Zavior crashing into the bigger man. Snapmare now onto Zachyras. Setting the bigger man up. What's Drake going for here? Up and over. Connecting onto Zachyras, hooking the leg. No, Zachyras able to kick out. You know, just being the bigger man, he's going to absorb a lot of punishment and be able to keep on ticking. You know, Drake's going to have to mount quite an offense onto Zachyras. Absolutely, but that's the thing about Drake Zavior. He's got such an innovative offense. The guy's pulling out new moves that, to be perfectly honest. Oh, big victim kick to the back. Drake Zavior, he's a bit of an innovator. If anybody's going to be able to keep Zachyras guessing what's coming next, I think it's going to be Drake Zavior. The big kick to the back of Zachyras. That was not a chiropractic adjustment. Nailing a knee to the breadbasket for good measure. Gonna try to finish it here. Zach's still able to kick out. And I saw a little bit of frustration there from Zavior. You know, just kind of like, man, I thought I had him. Well, wait a minute, not gonna think about it for long. From the second row, Lion saw, but nobody home. That could be the mistake that Zachyras needs. I mean, that's the problem with Drake Zavior's strategy. When it works great. The fancy moves, the high risk, it pays off. But man, when it misses, it's just a great opportunity for his opponent to take advantage. Well, Zavior not missing with any of those strikes, bouncing off the ropes. Foot getting caught by Zachyras. Flipping him over, but he's still on his feet. Drop kick from Zachyras. Circling back to what we were saying before about Zachyras' size not being a hindrance. As big of a man as he is, no problems getting up for a drop kick like that. There's a beautiful left arm roll. The kid is big, but he is agile. And using that bigness to his advantage, just crashing all of his weight into Zavior, and now going to hook the leg and try to pin Zavior here. Zavior able to kick out. You know, like we said, Zavior, he's been out for a while since the Madmen at Work, now known as the Heartbreak Assassins, put him away with that neck injury, and you know, he's coming in fresh. He's at the very bottom of the ladder. He needs this win. He needs to get his confidence back up. And I just can't imagine what damage it would do to his psyche if he loses to Zach here tonight. Never mind the psyche. What about the neck? Zachyras, he knows that the Madmen put Drake Zavior out with that neck injury just a few weeks ago, and now he's just absolutely wrenching on Drake Zavior's neck. Drake Zavior able to grimace through the pain, back up to his feet, laying some elbows into the breadbasket of Zachyras. Zachyras breaking the hold there. Jawbreaker onto Zachyras, who's still on his feet though. Following it up with a drop kick, and now Zachyras in the corner. That top rope, his arms wrapped around about the only thing holding him up. Back up to his feet, but he's still staggering. And had Zavior scouted.
Absolutely. Very unique Uranagi coming from the larger individual, Zachyras. Showing a little frustration here, but making his way up this. Oh, no.
Oh, this cannot be good for
Going
Zavior.
to the top.
Moonsault, but he missed. Nothing but mat for Zachyras. If Zavior had a moment, if he had an opportunity, it is now. Making good on that opportunity. Crashing into Zachyras full speed ahead, but both men are laid out. You know, Zavior, he can't capitalize. He can't crawl over and make the pin attempt.
Absolutely. Zachyras needs to find his way to his feet. Drake Zavior needs to find his way to his feet. This contest is literally anybody's at this point.
Anybody's indeed. Both men trying to get back up to their feet, get back to a vertical base. Both men back to their feet now. Zach missing with that clothesline. Zavior not missing with his attack. Attacking again. Laying the elbows into Zachyras. Oh! Deceptively great show of strength from Drake Zavior. Does he have him? No. Only a 2 count.
But man, talk about a close 2 count for Drake Zavior. I mean, Zachyras is definitely feeling the effects. You talk about how long Drake Zavier's had to step away from the ring. He's making a heck of a showing here tonight.
No show of ring rust here tonight. Gonna try to put away Zachyras now. Gonna try to put away the bigger man. Well, that extra weight advantage that Zachyras has coming to his aid.
I love the tenacity of Drake Zavior, but Zachyras easily able to catch. Oh, big Samoan on the part of Zachyras.
Trying to finish it here. No! Drake Zavior still able to kick out. And there you hear the cry of frustration from Zachyras.
Absolutely, and as this match goes on, you got to think about it. You got to think about the neck of Drake Zavior. The neck injury suffered by the madmen at work. How much is that playing into effect on this contest?
It may be paying dividends for Zachyras here shortly. Zachyras going to try to go for the suplex. Zavior able to transition out of it. Vicious following it up with a boot to the head. Zachyras is down. He's in the corner. If Zavior had a moment, if he had an opportunity, it's now. Crashing into Zachyras again. Grabbing him by the leg. Pulling him back to the middle of the ring. Hooking the leg. No! Zachyras still able to kick out.
Impressive on the part of Zachyras. I've seen Drake Zavior put away plenty of opponents with that cannonball in the corner, but Zachyras still holding on. Zavior calling his shot, going up to the top rope. Oh!
Went for the moonsault, nobody home, but he landed on his feet, so didn't have quite as much damage. Zachyras going to add in plenty of damage of his own. Case in point right there. Hooking the leg. And he got it.
Here is your winner,
Zachyras picks up the win and moves up the ladder here at WWN Proving Ground. A great show from the Nat 20, Drake Zavior, but it was all in vain. Could not get the victory over Zachyras.
Absolutely. Unfortunately, I think that neck injury just weighed in too much for Drake Zavior here tonight.
Zachyras helping his opponent back up to his feet. No animosity between the two. Shaking his hand of good sportsmanship. Drake Zavior with a show of sportsmanship there himself. Drake Zavior holding on to that neck. Ladies and gentlemen, we will be back with more WWN Proving Ground.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is set for one fall. Introducing first. Inside to Uptown, Bel Air, Florida, weighing 185
Bridgeport Ayala getting ready for one-on-one competition here against Tito Torres. You know, Bridgeport a little bit more reserved since the set broke up. Been on a bit of a winning streak. Beat Poppy D last week here at WWN Proving Ground. Even challenged Sideshow for the Florida Heritage title at last FIP. And I hear that Sean Davis even offered Bridgeport a contract.
Yeah, see, unfortunately, Sean Davis not here tonight. You got the Heartbreak Express, Heartbreak Enterprises. They're going to be having a tag match later. You got the Multimedia Championship, defended by Jonathan Hudson, another Sean Davis staple. And he's not here tonight. It'll be interesting to see how that weighs out, but Davis, he's out. He's, like you said, he's scouting talent. He's trying to find more members for his stable.
Talk about absentees, you'll notice what is also absent is the diaper that Tito Torres was wearing. He's fulfilled his obligation. You know, he lost a lumberjack match to his former partner, Benjy Neptune, and due to the stipulation of that match, had to wrestle for quite a while in a diaper.
Yeah, he did about a month in a diaper, and tonight he's Sam's diaper. To be interesting to see how that plays out in this contest, because I gotta imagine after being humiliated for the better part of a month, Tito, he's probably a little frustrated. And now Bridgeport, RPA, he's got to deal with that frustration fresh. He's Tito's opponent with a fresh new mindset. Tito's aggressive, he's angry, and he's looking to be making a point that he's not here to be made a fool of.
Well, Tito Torres here was almost retreating there to the outside, telling this crowd he's smart. RPA not wanting any of those shenanigans. Seems to be saying there with his eyes, come on, man, let's get back to it. I'm here to wrestle.
Absolutely, and as smart as Tito might think he is, I'm sorry, RPA, he's a smart fellow himself, and you know what he also comes with? More experience.
More experience indeed, 8 years in professional wrestling, a former WWN Proving Ground champion. You got to imagine, he wants to continue that win streak here in Proving Ground, move back up the ladder, and challenge John Strange for that title. Tito Torres there going on the retreat, can only go so far from that angle.
And Tito, again, credit where it's due. He said he's smart. Oh, beautiful side headlock on the part of Tito Torres. He said he's smart. Credit where it's due. He knows he can't have a mat wrestling contest with a guy RPA's size, RPA's experience, but here he is, cinching in on a headlock. I'm quite impressed.
Trying to neutralize the height advantage that RPA has on him. RPA on one knee, but now back up to his feet. Trying to get out of the headlock. Picking up Tito Torres. Tito Torres giving up probably about 15, 20 pounds to RPA, if not more.
Absolutely.
RPA pushing him into the ropes, breaking the hold, bouncing off the ropes, colliding into Tito Torres.
And there's that weight disadvantage you were talking about coming into play. RPA just absolutely mowing Tito down.
Scooping him up and slamming him down. Picking him up again. Backdrop onto Tito Torres. RPA gonna try to end it right here. Tito able to kick out. You know, Tito, he's got the diaper off. His business with Benjy is behind him. You gotta think, he wants to get a win. He wants to erase the memories that people have of him walking around in that diaper. And a win here over RPA could possibly do that.
It would be a big win for Tito. I mean, look at this. Look how just absolutely easily that RPA is just manhandling Tito. Like the size difference, the strength difference. Like Tito, he's got to come up with a strategy here pretty quick.
Pointing to both corners, trying to decide which one he's going to ram Tito into. Waited too long, Tito able to escape. And now chopping down the bigger man by attacking that leg, attacking that knee. If a man can't stand, he can't fight.
Absolutely, that size advantage doesn't mean a thing if you can't get to a base.
And there you see Tito using that bottom rope to hold up that leg and try to do more damage onto RPA. Ooh! It's gonna take a chiropractor to readjust that kneecap.
Absolutely, Tito, incensed, very frustrated. He's had a month to just fester and let that anger build in him. And RPA, I think he's gonna find out pretty quick just how much frustration Tito's been feeling.
Tito just working on the left leg of RPA, transitioning now into that submission hold. Very smart. Do damage to the leg of the taller man, neutralize the height advantage, getting on the ground, and lock him in a submission hold.
Absolutely. He's got that leg grapevine He's got a grapevine around RPA's leg, and he's stepping over that toe. He's got that leg trapped. RPA's got to come up with something to get out of this predicament.
RPA trying to use those long arms to reach the ropes. If they're an inch, they're a mile away. Trying to scoot there, trying to close the distance. Tito having none of it, dragging him back to the center of the ring, yanking on the leg for good measure. Ooh, now almost trying to pull it out of socket.
Oh, DDT to the leg, and RPA is not in good shape. He hasn't left the mat here for
almost getting the pinfall there.
Almost. RPA's been on his back for a good portion of this match now. He's really feeling the effects of that knee, and Tito, he's either got to stay on his man or be ready for RPA to take advantage and switch it up on him. He cannot be getting distracted by this crowd.
And now has to the count of 5. You just see the dirty tactics of Tito Torres. You're not supposed to do that. Has to the count of 5 again. Trying to pull the leg out of the trunks of RPA. RPA clutching onto that leg. You got to think the damage is done. I don't even know if he's going to be able to stand on it at this point. Tito now with a unique ankle lock there. And now the slaps from RPA. If only momentarily, pain from that leg biting into him, losing his concentration. Breaking the hold of Tito, though. Now RPA trying to get some distance between him and Tito, trying to get back up to his feet, or his foot, rather. That left leg almost useless. That elbow not useless, though. Spine buster on a Tito Torres. But the impact of the spine buster, the pain went shooting up and down RPA's leg.
Absolutely. The second he put Tito down on the mat, instantly he's grabbing that knee. Tito's work has been effective so far. He has grinded that knee down, and now RPA is in a very, very disadvantageous position.
And you got to think, every maneuver, every hold that RPA does, it's a double-edged sword, because no matter how much damage it does to Tito, it's probably just going to add more stress onto that left leg.
Absolutely. Maybe I was a little quick to question Tito's self-proclaimed smartness, but you know what? I'll admit when I'm wrong. Tito fighting a very, very smart match here tonight.
We frown on his methods, but they are effective. That clothesline effective from RPA.
Oh, beautiful dragon screw on RPA. Now, maybe Tito now. Like both men holding their legs.
That was RPA as if to say, let's see how you like it. I don't think Tito liked it none too well.
Both men staggering, trying to find their way to a base.
RPA back to a base first, scooping up Tito Torres. But that pain paying dividends for Tito. Russian leg sweep onto RPA. Not able to get the pinfall though, only a 2 count. RPA just laying there in agony. Tito taking a moment, kind of collect himself, back up to his feet. This crowd still jeering Tito, not impressed with the performance he's put on here tonight. I don't think he cares.
I don't think so either. He's too busy concentrating on RPA, trying to get the big man up to his feet, struggling with it.
Trying to go for the maneuver, but RPA having none of it, laying those elbows into the head. Slamming Tito Torres down to the mat.
Got to go for a cover here. He's got to try to pick up that win.
Ignoring the pain and going for that cover. And he got, no! I spoke too soon. Tito Torres. Anger, vinegar, defiance, whatever you want to call it, able to kick out.
Absolutely, a near fall if there ever was one.
RPA checking on that left leg. Tito Torres on all fours, taking a moment, taking a breath in the corner, holding up his hands as if saying no mas. RPA back up, shaking his head like, I got plenty more mas for you. Oh! Tito had him scouted, laying that boot into the left leg. Tripping him down now. Wait a minute, he's using the throws for leverage. Referee didn't see it. Tito stealing one here tonight. That was Tito's whole plan. Get RPA to come into that corner, hit him on the leg, and then from the vantage that the ref was at, he couldn't see that Tito was using those ropes. Wait a minute, our commissioner's out here. Commissioner none too pleased with Tito Torres. Our commissioner asking for the mic. Wait a minute. I think he's telling Tito to get back in the ring. This match is not over. I guess this match has been restarted. Tito still has the advantage, though. The RPA's damaged leg. Laying the strikes in for an RPA. RPA basically a sitting duck. It's almost like shooting fish in a barrel here, Dan.
Absolutely. I get the mindset of ordering this match to continue, but you got to weigh out the entire situation. I mean, RPA is trying to fight with the bum wheel here.
Bum wheel indeed. Those ropes about the only thing holding him up. Boot to the stomach. Executed on a Tito, but once again the damage is done. And wait a minute, no, has that arm over Tito. And he got, no! Tito's still able to kick out. I don't think RPA has anything left in him at this point here, Dan.
I mean, at this point, it's anybody's contest. RPA, he's fighting for everything he's got. Tito, he's struggling himself. I mean, how do you call it? How do you predict? How do you project who you think is going to win this contest?
Well, this crowd certainly wants RPA to win this contest. Richport back up to his feet once again. Has hold of Tito, and now Tito raking the eyes. But man can't see, he can't fight. As I said, once again, I frown upon the tactics of Tito Torres. Reverse Irish whipping Tito into the ropes. Laying that strike on him, falling down on top of him, slapping him on the head for good measure.
RPA fighting. Again, he's trying to get to his feet, but he just can't find the strength in that leg.
Every time he gets a little bit of momentum, every time he gets, a little bit going, that knee, that leg, the pain just gets him back and he has to stop. Hopping out on one leg just in case, just in time, or hopping on one leg this time. Scooping him up. Twirling him around, slamming him on the mat. And that did the job this time. RPA with a clean finish right in the middle of the ring. Our commissioner telling the ref, what was up, how Tito Torres used that middle rope for a little bit of leverage in that pin attempt. Don't think Tito needs to be arguing with our commissioner here. What the heck?
No.
What the heck? Tito Torres attacking our commissioner while his back was turned. Is there no low this man won't stoop to? He's hit rock bottom and started to dig.
The Thames fighting back, beating up on Tito Torres now.
Thames having none of Tito Torres' childish antics. And if you'll pardon me saying, throwing out the trash from the ring. Tito Torres getting thrown out like dirty laundry.
Tito, you big baby, you big crybaby. Tito, let's go.
Tito Torres is suspended. Well, this crowd supports Commissioner Thames' decision. They are happy that Tito Torres is out of here, Dan.
Absolutely. Tito Torres learning a very important lesson. You play stupid games, you win stupid prizes. That's why you do not put your hands on an official.
And now he's going to be first in line in the unemployment line. And ladies and gentlemen, we will be back with more WWN Proving Ground.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following tag team contest is scheduled for one fall. And it's the WWN Proving Ground Tag Team Championship. Introducing first, WWN Proving Ground Tag Team Champions, Frick and Yuni, WWN Proving Ground Heavyweight Champion in St. John Strange. They are Frickin' Strange.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. Tag titles on the line. Heartbreak Assassins versus Frickin' Strange. Conspicuous by his absence is the Heartbreak Assassins manager, Sean Davis, who's out scouting new talent, I hear, Dan.
Absolutely. Always looking for new members of Heartbreak Enterprise. Always looking after gold.
Well, Heartbreak Enterprises has a chance to add gold to their coffers here. The gold being the tag team titles currently held by those men on the left in black, Frickin' Strange. Strange, who's also our reigning Proving Ground champion. Now, Sexy Chungus and Sultry Scyther having a little bit of hyping each other up there. This crowd not too impressed with their antics so far. You know, it was at FIP, there was a six-man battle when Frick, Strange, and Cahagas took on Heartbreak Enterprises of Scyther, Chungus, and Devin Diaz. Scyther scored a pinfall on Frick, while Strange and Cahagas were distracted by Sean Davis and Diaz.
Absolutely. Well, Heartbreak Assassins, they have had their eyes on this gold, on these tag team titles for a long, long time. And the fact that Scyther was able to pick up the pinfall victory over them, I mean, that just bodes well for the Heartbreak Assassins, no?
Well, they have a bit of a psychological advantage, I think, over Frickin' Strange. Because, you know, they have that six-man victory over Frick, Strange, and Cahagas. But now, you know, the odds are a little bit more even because Sean Davis isn't here to help his clients.
Absolutely. Scyther slamming the head of John Strange into that buckle, and Strange doing strange things.
Strange saying, that doesn't hurt my head at all. Picking up the smaller man, twirling him around. Around and around he goes. When will he stop? I guess only Scyther knew. Clothesline onto Sultry Scyther. And now Frick getting in on the game. Frickin' Strange doing what they do best, and that's lay the beat down on anybody they're staring down in the ring. Double clothesline on a Scyther. Chungus trying to get in and help his partner, and the bigger man of Chungus able to knock out both Frick and Strange.
Absolutely. Oh no, this is it. Chungus, this is my favorite part of the show right here. This is why they call him Sexy Chungus. Look at this.
Sexy Chungus putting on a striptease here for the crowd. I don't think it was the reaction he wanted. And right now the defending tag champion's reacting as you would expect him to. Just attacking Chungus, showing him no mercy. Beautiful double team maneuver onto Chungus, who's rolling to the outside. Scyther out there taking a breather, asking his partner, what happened, man? You okay? Frickin' Strange in the ring, hopping up and down. They're gonna take the fight to the outside. Heartbreak Assassins were waiting on them, crashing the tag team champions right into each other.
Very, very well scattered on the part of the Heartbreak Assassins.
Trying to bash their heads into the side of the ring. Frickin' Strange not letting it happen. Instead, bashing the Heartbreak Assassins' heads into the ring. Scyther getting thrown back in, the legal man of the Heartbreak Assassins. Frick gonna try to win it here. No, Scyther able to save it for his team.
John Strange tagging in while Chungus on the far side just barely able to get back up on the apron, slowly finding his way up to his feet. Very, very different stages for each team this early in the match.
John Strange scooping up Scyther, slamming him down, bouncing off the ropes, splashing onto Scyther. Scyther able to kick out. Chungus was about to go in there and save it for his partner. Scyther trying to catch a breather in the ring. John Strange not going to let that happen. Reverse Irish whipping into the corner.
Oh!
John Strange able to... Oh! Chungus crashing in to the WWN Proving Ground Heavyweight Champion. Oh, and crashing that boot into the head of John Strange. Doing irreparable damage, I think. You never know with John.
Absolutely. Very, very smart work on the part of the Heartbreak Assassins. Scyther was able to pull the ref. He was able to distract the ref, which gave Chungus the opportunity on the apron to take advantage of John Strange's head just being draped across that apron.
Frick on the other side of the ring can't check on the status of his partner. Chungus now tagged in.
Oh, what's Chungus doing?
Now Scyther attacking the down John Strange, slamming his back into the side of the ring.
I can't say I agree with the tactic, but it's a smart one nonetheless.
Chungus slaying the knee in there. Referee now turned around, going to try to get the pinfall. No, wasn't able to get the pinfall attempt. Chungus slapping the mat in frustration. And John Strange, there's a reason he's a double gold champion here. It takes a lot to put away Insane John Strange.
Absolutely right. And the Heartbreak Assassins, they're wrestling a very smart match. They take the guy, they tag, they pull the ref, and they take advantage of the situation. It's not the most honest tactic, but by God, so far it's working.
Very effective. The former madmen at work, now the Heartbreak Express, wanting to win gold here. Scyther going to try to do that here. Doing a little bit of gestures there in the ring, should be concentrating on his opponent. Chungus now the legal man. Throwing him into the ropes, picking him up. Oh, slamming that knee into the spine. Scyther gonna finish him off.
Oh! Backbreaker into a tandem elbow drop backbreaker combo on the part of the Heartbreak Assassins. These guys, the fact that they are going after the tag titles, it shows in this match. They are pulling out all the stops.
Well, the Heartbreak Assassins, they've been a tag team a little bit longer than Frickin Strange. Even though Frickin Strange are the champions, there's a little bit more experience in the hands of Chungus and Scyther. That experience coming into play here right now.
Absolutely, and Scyther himself, a bit of a veteran, a 20-year veteran of the ring, and most of that career has been spent as a tag team specialist. If anybody's going to be able to pick up the win, be able to pick up the tag team gold, it's going to be Chungus and Scyther here tonight.
Chungus with a submission locked in good and tight. Strange trying to do his best to just support all that weight on his back. And now Frick trying to come to the aid of his partner, referee not letting. And now with the referee's back turned, Scyther getting into the submission. Referee hasn't turned around. Scyther, who's not the legal man, is in the ring. Or excuse me, is the legal man, I should say. Referee checking on Strange. Asking him, does he want to give up? Strange giving no indication that he wants to give up. Oh, there you see it. He just slapping his hand in the air. Referee doesn't know he didn't legally tag in Chungus.
But what a great tactic on the part of the Heartbreak Assassins. It's a consistent tactic this entire match. Get the ref tied up, take advantage, get on your man, cheat, whatever you have to do to pick up the win. And the Heartbreak Assassins, they're doing it. Oh,
wait a minute.
Referee
saying, no.
Is he catching on?
I think he is catching on. Oh, John Strange had a moment to catch his breath, trying to rally an offense back. Scyther putting a stop to it, and now biting onto the head, had to the count of 5. Those golden locks of John Strange cannot taste good.
Well, as uncouth as an individual as Scyther is, I don't think the flavor is really any concern of his.
I think he likes the taste of gold, the gold being the tag team titles. Now, Chungus going to and stretching John Strange.
Beautiful, beautiful textbook abdominal stretch on the part of Big Chungus here. And look at the ring position. How far away from a tag could John Strange possibly be at this point?
If it's an inch, it's a mile. Frick wanting to get the tag in. He wants to help his partner, but can't unless flesh meets flesh with a hand tag. Speaking of flesh, Chungus trying to stretch the flesh of John Strange. John Strange able to get out of it, slinging Chungus around, knocking the noggin of Scyther.
Oh!
Throwing all of his weight onto Chungus. Now, John Strange, he has a moment, he has an opportunity. He needs to crawl over and tag in the fresher man and Steve Frick.
Both men looking for a tag, and it's anybody's race right now. Chungus, he's staggered. John Strange, he's exhausted. Frick and Scyther on the aprons. They're ready to go.
Scyther tagged in, and now Frick is tagged in. Frick going to work on Scyther. Crashing into him not once but twice. Scyther reverse Irish whipping Frick into the ropes. But Frick just colliding into Scyther once again. Slamming him down into the mat. Chungus able to save Scyther at the very last second. And now Frick throwing Chungus out. Scyther's in there all alone. John Strange tagged back in, gonna get a measure of revenge on Scyther here.
Oh no, what's this?
Both men setting Scyther up there on the top. And I think they're gonna take their time here with Scyther.
It's very familiar. It's almost the same precarious position we saw them set up at the last F5.
Wait a minute, what's Jonathan Hudson doing here? What's the Multimedia Champion doing here? Frick being pulled out by Chungus. Chungus pulling out Frick. John Strange in there all alone, checking on his partner, doesn't see Scyther. Scyther tagging back in Chungus. Strange is in there all alone now. Picking him up. Double team maneuver onto Strange. And the Hearbreak Assassins get it. They're the new tag champions. The Hearbreak Assassins winning the tag titles, but it was thanks to the interference of the Multimedia Champion, Jonathan Hudson.
You know, Sean Davis isn't here, he's out scouting talent, but I have to imagine if he was, he could not be more proud of Hearbreak Enterprise. And oh, come on, you guys, you won the match, let it go.
Not letting it go, attacking Frickin Strange. It's 3-on-2. That's not fair numbers. Wait a minute. Damian Jemini and the swashbuckling superstar Trent Edwards coming to the aid of Frickin Strange. Trent Edwards, who in the main event here is going to be challenging Jonathan Hudson for that Multimedia Championship. And now Jemini, the Hearbreak Assassins, Frickin Strange leaving the ring. And now it's just Trent and Jonathan. They were scheduled for the main event tonight. I think we're getting it a little bit sooner than we thought. Jonathan Hudson telling our ring announcer to make sure they get the tag titles, Hearbreak Assassins.
Weighing at 240 pounds, he is the reigning.
Well, the introductions aren't even going to get underway. It's now time for the WWN Multimedia Championship. Jonathan Hudson defending against the swashbuckling superstar, Trent Edwards. Trent Edwards with his first shot at gold here in WWN challenged Hudson on March 1st. Jonathan Hudson been the champion since he beat Drake Zavior for the Multimedia Championship.
You don't get much more of an exciting start to a main event than this right here at Proving Grounds.
Jonathan Hudson, over 17 years in the business, the first ever WWN Proving Ground champion, won many titles in the Midwest. Trent Edwards, been in the business about a year and a half, trained at the Nightmare Factory with Cody Rhodes and QT Marshall, trying to win his first gold here at WWN Proving Ground. But he's going to have to get through Jonathan Hudson, and that's no easy task.
No easy task indeed. And, you know, props to Trent Edwards. I mean, he's got the advantage now. Oh, and just like that, Jonathan Hudson able to turn it around real quick. There's a reason why he is our multimedia champion.
Reason indeed. Defended that title against all comers, in no way intimidated by the swashbuckling superstar. Laying those chops in. Beautiful brutality, if I do say so myself. That shirt not giving a lot of cushion. Oh, and flipping off the crowd. Wow. That's a class act, our multimedia champion. Flipping off the people that pay to be in attendance. Saying he hates this and needs to be concentrating on his opponent, the swashbuckling superstar Trent Edwards. Trent Edwards trying to reverse Irish whip, but getting thrown back into the same corner. Nobody home there for Jonathan Hudson. Trent now going on the offense, picking up the bigger man and slamming him down on the mat.
And Impressive feat of strength.
Almost winning the title. Trent Edwards almost winning his first ever title. Jonathan Hudson able to kick out though.
Impressive showing on the part of Trent Edwards in this contest. Not to be biased, Jonathan Hudson on paper seems like the clear-cut winner. Trent, he's fighting it. He's holding his own.
Don't count Trent Edwards out. You know he once drunk a whole bottle of rum with Jack Sparrow's first mate? Right now he might need some rum to numb the pain of that ankle lock.
Jonathan Hudson looking to make Trent Edwards walk with the peg leg here in a minute.
Trying to twist that ankle till that foot points magnetic north. Trent Edwards trying to get to the ropes. Jonathan Hudson saying, no way, you're getting right back in the middle of the ring.
Trent Edwards really not in a position he wants to be in. I mean, look at the size of Jonathan Hudson's arms. They're as big as Trent Edwards' foot.
Trent Edwards not the stronger man in this matchup, but like I said, no stranger to success. He told me he claimed to have conquered the 7 seas by 13.
That's impressive.
Very impressive indeed. Jonathan Hudson not impressed with that fact though. Slamming that spine, going for the pin attempt, slamming that spine of Trent Edwards onto his knee there and almost got the pin.
The crowd letting it be known that they're none too impressed with Jonathan Hudson. Somebody who would be impressed with Jonathan Hudson had he been in attendance tonight is Sean Davis. Not just Jonathan Hudson, but the Heartbreak Assassins. His team just collecting all the gold here at Proving Ground. Oh!
Trying to retain gold here. Almost got the pin attempt. Almost. But Trent Edwards, the swashbuckling superstar, able to kick out, absorbing all the damage of, just absorbing the storm, if you'll pardon the pun, that is Storm Hudson. And, still flying, the flag's still flying high here on the ship that is Trent Edwards. But Trent Edwards clutching that left knee, clutching that leg, damage has been done.
Absolutely, and you can talk about the size advantage, the experience of Jonathan Hudson, all these accolades, and that's fine, but you know what? Trent Edwards, being a pirate, not an easy job. You gotta be,
but Jonathan Hudson executing that maneuver with ease.
But again, back to my point.
Almost get it. No! Trent Edwards able to kick out at 2. And you hear this crowd. They are firmly behind Trent Edwards. Wherever Trent Edwards goes, wherever he competes, he almost brings the whole crew.
Absolutely, but him kicking out just speaks more to my point. Trent Edwards, an exceedingly and misleadingly tough individual.
Jonathan Hudson needs to spend less time jaw-jacking with the crowd and concentrate on his opponent if he wants to retain that championship. And now the swashbuckling superstar on the offense has the defending champion in the corner. Throwing him into the other side, crashing into him. Now signaling, planting Jonathan Hudson's face firmly into the mat. How do you like the taste of canvas there, John?
Come on, don't be showboy and take advantage. You got the bigger man down, you got the champion down. Make your move, go for the pin.
Soaking in the adulation of this crowd. And the swashbuckling superstar just walks the plank. That was not a chiropractic maneuver. Blocking the shot there from Jonathan Hudson.
Interesting reverse DDT on the part of Trent Edwards, hooking the leg.
Wasn't enough though. Almost! The referee's hand almost hit the mat for the 3rd time, but it was only a 2 count. Jonathan Hudson showing the grit and determination he has in defending his Multimedia Championship. I guess seeing stars right now, trying to get back up to his feet. This time might be the charm. Swashbuckling superstar back up to his feet.
And not for nothing, a very good position for Trent Edwards. For the first time in this contest, he's really in the driver's seat. Like you can argue advantage at certain points, but right now he's in full control.
In control no more. Spine buster there from Jonathan Hudson. Throwing him up and over. Grabbing him. No! almost a 3 count. Jonathan Hudson with that powerhouse move. Almost put the swashbuckling superstar away, but Trent Edwards still able to kick out. And you see the frustration setting in on the champ. You know, he's wiping his face. He's just like, what do I have to do to put away this kid?
Again, it's one thing to go into the ring with any other competitor. It's another to go in with the Pirate. They're built different. They're rough, they're tough, and it's going to take a lot to get this man down.
That man was trying to counter whatever Jonathan had planned for him.
Oh!
Jonathan trying to end it here again. No! Swashbuckling superstar still able to kick out. And now Jonathan Hudson scooting back, putting a little bit of distance between him and Trent. Taking a moment, he's probably just calculating his head. What do I got to do? What maneuver in the 17 years that I've been in business have I learned can put away this kid?
And he's not going out there and just trying to end it easy, end it quick. I mean, he's going out there, he's hitting big moves. He's going through that mental Rolodex of maneuvers, and he's digging things up, and he's doing his best. But again, the swashbuckling superstar, he's just built a little bit different.
Built to weather a lot of different storms. And it might just be extra determination on the part of Trent. This is his first shot at gold. He wants to put a championship belt in the treasure chest. Getting back up to his feet now. And now, a kick on a Jonathan Hudson. Sends the defending champion flat on his back. But Trent Edwards, just perhaps from exhaustion, having to catch his own breath, wasn't able to capitalize. Both men trying to get back up to their feet. Both men now back up to their feet. Stunner there of sorts on a Jonathan Hudson, staggering around, turning him around. Stunner again. I'm told that Swashbuckling Superstar calls that the crossbones. Wait a minute, the Hearbreak Assassins coming to the aid of Jonathan Hudson, paying back the favor that Jonathan Hudson gave them and attacking the Swashbuckling Superstar. Trent Edwards in there all alone, has no backup, has no help. He's exhausted from facing off against Jonathan Hudson. And there you see Heartbreak Enterprises just picking the bones of Trent Edwards. And this crowd just showering Jonathan Hudson in the boos that he so richly deserves.
Chungus dragging in Jonathan Hudson. What do they got? Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Come on, the match is over.
Slamming the belt. Wait a minute. Frick Strange and Damian Jemini coming to the aid of Trent Edwards. The bell is ringing. It is chaos. It is pandemonium in the ring. Heartbreak Enterprises on the retreat.
Ladies and gentlemen, your winner by disqualification, Trent Edwards.
Well, Dan, Trent Edwards gets the victory, but it's by disqualification, so it...
And still your WWN Heavyweight Champion, Jonathan Hudson.
Once it has just announced, the title doesn't change hands in a DQ. Heartbreak Assassins coming to the aid of Jonathan Hudson. He loses, but he retains the title, and now two of the titles here at WWN Proving Ground are in the clutches of Heartbreak Enterprises.
Absolutely, and you know when the word gets back to their manager, Sean Davis, he's going to have a big grin on his face.
Well, like it or not, though, Trent Edwards with a big win, even if it is by DQ, and you got to think, down the line, he's probably going to get another shot at Jonathan Hudson. Oh, Trent Edwards just falling out of exhaustion there, being helped to his feet by Damian Jemini and Frickin Strange. Frickin Strange, the former tag team champions. But this crowd, the crew of Trent Edwards, just cheering on their captain. They are proud of the storm that he faced in Jonathan Hudson, and he got the victory even if it was by DQ.
Absolutely, a win is a win. It's unfortunate he couldn't take home the belt, but what a way to end up Proving Grounds here tonight.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we want to thank you for tuning in here and joining us. For everyone here at WWN Proving Ground, I'm your ringside pitchman, Donnie Harris Jr. He's Dan Lyden. We'll see you next time.